Hi, my name is Logan Sines, and I'm a senior at the high school. Firstly, I want to apologize for the quality of my video. I'm filming this on my laptop, so it may not be the best, and for my dog snoring, because it's late at night and she's sleeping. I want to say how super excited I am to welcome all of you junior scientists to the Remineralize the Earth research team. And I want to thank your parents for playing such a huge part in making this project a success. Without them, a lot of this would not be possible, so thank you. My purpose in filming this video is to introduce myself, give an overview of who I am, what am I doing here, why am I filming this video. Kind of go through the main ideas behind this project. What do we hope to get out of it? I'm going to go through that briefly and kind of introduce things. And I may not cover it all, but we can always film some more videos. And lastly, share some photos and videos of Soil Collection Day at the Pembroke Park Community Garden, which is an amazing place to volunteer at once the pandemic is over. So in terms of who I am, as I said, I'm a senior in high school, and Miss Spencer was actually my science fair coordinator, not my teacher. So in 8th grade, it was my first time participating in the science fair, and she played a huge part in influencing the way I see science, the way I interact with science, and ultimately my deep love for science. So she guided me through school science fair, county science fair, state science fair, and I think science fair is an opportunity that every student should have and take part in that and feel confident about participating and competing, feeling like they can flourish and do their best. And I feel like that is something that this whole soil remineralization project can really accomplish and stimulate in a way. So over the summer, Ms. Spencer and I have been communicating a lot about ways we can engage students in environmental science, ways we can, get them concerned about what's going on, ways for them to develop a sense of protection when it comes to the environment, or love for nature, wanting to go outside, wanting to explore, and wanting to conserve the beautiful places that are all around Florida. So I joined Remineralize the Earth this summer, and I primarily work in science education, so I'm coming up with lesson plans to teach, various classrooms about the promises of things like rock dust, because, we can also use sea minerals, but we're focusing on basalt rock dust. And it occurred to me that this is something we could pursue. This is something I could bring forward to Ms. Spencer. Why don't we conduct a project? It's hands-on. Even if it's remote, we can try our best to make this a reality. You have to be bold. You have to take risk. Without putting anyone in danger. So obviously we're conducting this remotely. But it was, there was a large amount of work that went into coordinating this. How are we going to do this? How are we going to get the materials? And thankfully, Remineralize the Earth played a huge role in getting the project off the ground, resource-wise or financially. They gave us the rock dust, they gave us the scarlet sage seeds, and they made it a reality. So I got to coordinate with Ms. Spencer all summer long about how we wanted to plan this out, creating an online science journal, which Ms. Spencer did an amazing job in. I just did a little portion, but she did most of it. So yeah, that's how we're here right now. A lot of strategizing over the summer. And now we're here, we're finally doing it, so it's super exciting. So, obviously a big component of this project is students getting hands-on experience with research. They're learning about the scientific method, in a very experiential way. So, they're doing it themselves. They're not only reading it from a textbook or making a poster, they're actually going through it. They're learning how to analyze data, they're learning how to be disciplined in their observations, and they're learning everything there pretty much is to know about the scientific process, scientific thought, scientific inquiry, so that when they have curiosities, when they have wonders about the world, they can take action. They have the tools, they have the training to come up with a plan, come up with an experimental design, and figure out whatever they want to figure out. And that truly is the purpose here, is preparing them for deeper scientific research, for them to start asking the bigger questions and making connections between the things that they're going to see in their own communities, because the environment surrounds us. So obviously this kind of transitions into the other point, in that they'll foster, they'll develop, they'll grow a sense of stewardship. They'll learn about climate change. They'll learn about the dangers that they may face in their communities, and that may see, such as algal blooms or saltwater intrusion, or sea level rise. They're going to be exposed to these things, and they're going to start, developing a voice, developing a sense of direction when it comes to advocating about these issues. So we want to empower them. We want to give them the opportunity to not only investigate, but to speak eloquently, to speak, in an informed manner about these issues. So a lot of it has to do with exposure and giving them the opportunity to grow. So rock dust is one of the solutions for climate change. It's, there's no silver bullet. There's a bunch of solutions. We have to take a bunch of different routes, and we have to, combine these efforts, but it is a pretty effective way of mitigating or slowing down climate change. So they're learning about what rock dust can do in that light. But it's super multidisciplinary in that they're not only learning about global temperature rise, they're learning about pollinators and a native Florida wildflower. So learning about conservation. And there's a huge movement going on with Florida wildflowers. Lost my voice there. And you may see them along major roadways, because there's a huge movement to start doing that. So it's not a one issue thing, it's a multiple issue thing that they're getting exposed to and they can start thinking about. And in the future, when I was at Central Campus, Science Fair was a pretty huge thing. So we're giving them the resources to pursue another experiment in the future. They say, I want to look at mangroves, I want to look at another wildflower. We'll be there to cover that. We'll be there to make sure that they have the opportunity to study what they want to study, and that they have the guidance to do so. And that is the commitment from me and from Joanna Campe, who's the executive director of Remineralize the Earth, and of course Miss Spencer. We're all about helping these kids grow and experience whatever they want to experience intellectually and in a bunch of different avenues. So that was the gist of it, and now I will, roll the clip of the garden stuff.
You can start mixing it now. Shovel. Up. Dig all the way, scrape it all the way to the bottom. There you go.
Then have to let it fall over the side.
I started using a shovel.
You see your hands?
I sure did. I just went.
I did this.
Cardio and my weight bearing training in.
I usually do a really long walk and some weights on Saturday morning, but luckily this morning I'm better. Because I didn't really know what to expect.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know if we were going to be here for an hour.